Hey, it's Adam. Welcome to Tech.AV Club, and today we're going to talk about the fourth way to sharpen the unsharpen mask. And it actually, contrary to its name, it doesn't leave it blurry, and it doesn't leave it with a mask on the image. The unsharpened mask is actually another way to sharpen. If you've seen my video, 3 ways to sharpen images, this is actually the 4th way, and I should have mentioned it in that video, but I'm mentioning it today. So first off, to get to the unsharpened mask, just go to your video effects tab, and you can scroll down to the unsharpened mask or type it in up here, and then you can find these different presets. If you go to default, it doesn't have anything on it. But if we grab the light one, let's go ahead and grab the extreme so you can see what's going on here. We're going to grab the extreme and drop it on there, and boom, wow, that seems really intense. Let's talk about what's happening here. First off, I want to show you to the light one. Let's drop the light one. Boom. You can see the light one did a bit of sharpening on it, while the extreme one really shows you what the effect is doing, because it does it to a point where it's now noticeable. Wikipedia here, a method where you can extract some extra detail out of an image with sharpening, but you can do that by kind of figuring out where the important lines are. So first thing it does is blur it. When it blurs it, it gets rid of all the unimportant lines, all the scratches and things like that, and it tries to discern like where the important lines are. So it's blurred and then inverted and then darkened, and then after it's darkened, then that can be used as a mask to then make it to where hard lines are the ones that show up a little better. When you do this extremely, you can see some of that inversion is left in the image, depending on how much, like the amount is cranked up all the way here. So let's undo this, and let's grab the medium one here. Boom, you can see that actually sharpens the image a fair bit. Now, this image didn't really need to be sharpened. This video is, as is, even without the unsharpened mask, relatively sharp. But this is a way you can gain sharpness on top of a video that has more sharpness to it, and so I wanted to show you the motion blur as well, right? So this has got some motion blur when I'm dropping that ice cube. If I sharpen it with the medium sharpen, I'm actually sharpening the motion blur too, and it's trying to find detail in the motion blur. This is something you could use for a specific style or a specific, or if you're really trying to extrapolate some detail and some slow motion and you're trying to rid yourself of as much motion blur as possible. It's a great little way to sharpen video. So first off, the amount and the radius and the threshold are the 3 ways to control this. The amount is how much you're applying a sharpening. The radius is kind of how much that blur effect is working. So it's really how much is it trying to isolate. You can see you can really get some good detail there. How many pixels is it trying to discern between is really what you're doing. Your threshold is telling it where to start. So if you have a high threshold, you're not going to get any sharpening, and a low threshold, you're going to be able to sharpen kind of on the pixel level. This is just telling it where to start the sharpening. So you can see right here, when I blur it, there is, watch this area of the stool. You can watch it change its mind and look for different edges as you up the threshold. This is a great way to kind of get a comic booky kind of look, something to really draw those hard lines onto something and kind of soften the rest of the colors up. And there you go. So thank you so much for watching. This has been a Vegas Pro 18 video. I got an update about the channel coming out shortly. Thank you so much. See you next time.